Battle through the firmament. Grand world. Chapter 316. The two Chi-Bai brothers. When Shaoyan opened his eyes again, Zuna and Kai Lin were by his side. They were stunned. Shaoyan smiled bitterly and sat up from the bed. When he was fighting in Heaven Pillar Peak, he did not suffer many injuries. The main reason was that the origin monic key in his body was too scarce, and he had recovered a lot. Seeing that Shaoyan had woken up, the worry in the eyes of the two girls dissipated. After their competition ended, the unconscious Shaoyan was sent back by a few elders. When they saw that Shaoyan was unconscious, they were shocked. After Elder Wu explained to them, they were relieved. Husband Shaoyan, Elder Wu told you to go to Heaven Pillar Peak to find him after you woke up. Now, you, Zuna said in a soft voice. Now that Shaoyan had just woken up, she was naturally very worried. However, Elder Wu had said it first, so she did not dare to delay anything. All right, I understand. Shaoyan pondered for a moment. After he got off the bed and put on his clothes, he suddenly kissed the two girls' cheeks and quickly left in front of their blushing faces. Oh, husband Shaoyan is still the same. Zuna's face was red, but her smile was filled with sweetness. Kai Lin, who was by the side, also muttered, but her eyes were as gentle as water. After coming down from the heavenly peak, Shaoyan rushed in the direction of the Heaven Pillar Peak. Hearing Zuna and Kai Lin's words, Elder Wu did not say anything when he sent them back. He did not explain what happened after he fainted. As for the battle with Zhu Tianhou, he wasn't worried. With the latter's strength, nothing would happen to him. Moreover, there was another piece of news that delighted Shaoyan. It was the outstanding performance of the two girls on the battlefield. With the help of the heavenly soldiers, the two of them could be said to have gained the limelight. In the end, they entered the top 10 of the Soaring Dragon ranking. Although they were only ranked 9th and 10th, it was already quite difficult for them to enter the top 10 with their 5 monic spirit strength. There were naturally quite a number of students that they had met along the way. Everyone was enthusiastically discussing the matter of the competition yesterday. Although it was a pity that no one had seen the battle of the strongest few, the competition in Central Square. It had also caused everyone's spirits to rise, especially the performance of the Inner Academy's twin pearls. It was even more outstanding, causing many people with strange hearts to involuntarily withdraw their thoughts. In Heaven Pillar Peak, when Shaoyan arrived at the bottom of the mountain, he saw Elder Wu waiting for a long time from afar. When he saw Shaoyan, Elder Wu nodded his head, turned around, and left. Shaoyan didn't know what to say when he saw this, so he hurriedly followed after him. I wonder why Elder Wu called me here. After following Elder Wu for a while, Shaoyan finally could not help but ask. Elder Wu, who was walking in front, was silent for a moment before he said in a deep voice, I am not the one looking for you. It is Elder Shao and the others. Elder Shao. When Shaoyan heard this name, he immediately recalled that he had been brought to a spatial zone under the Heaven Pillar Peak by Elder Wu when he had just arrived at the academy. The person who had inspected his 3 holy rank trials was the so-called Elder Shao. Elder Shao, what's the matter? A bad premonition suddenly surged in Shaoyan's heart. Why would the battle between him and Zhu Tianhou attract the attention of a second-grade elder? Even if it was attention, it should be attracted by Zhu Tianhou's sacred spirit fire body, and on his body, what could attract the attention of these elders? There was only one thing. Monic flame. As Shaoyan was secretly guessing, Elder Wu had already said it out loud, which was in line with Shaoyan's thoughts. You have the monic flame with you. This is a matter of great importance, and the elders pay great attention to it. That's why they called you here. They will definitely not do anything that will harm you. Shaoyan's slightly perturbed heart finally calmed down when he heard the smile in Elder Wu's voice. He pursed his lips and did not say anything else. He followed Elder Wu to a sealed space that he had come to before. After passing through the spatial ripples, Shaoyan and Elder Wu entered the sealed spatial zone. At this moment, there were already 5 people sitting separately in the spatial zone. One of them was actually Zhu Tianhou. Seeing Xiaoyan and Elder Wu entering the spatial zone, Zhu Tianhe raised his eyelids and glanced at the former. Although his face was still pale, his complexion was much better than before. 4 elders, Xiaoyan is here, Elder Wu said respectfully to the other 4 elders. Xiaoyan also took the opportunity to look at the 4 elders. Besides Elder Xiao and Su Jiang whom he knew, there were also 2 old men. Although all 4 of them were second-grade elders, sitting below the 2 of them, Su Jiang looked at Xiaoyan indifferently, and an inexplicable light flashed across his eyes. No one noticed. All right, Changqing, you can go down first. We have something to say to these 2 young men. An old woman among the 2 old men smiled. The wrinkles on her face were all squeezed together, and she looked extremely kind. Yes, in front of these 2 elders, Elder Wu did not have the slightest arrogance as an elder. He respectfully responded and left. Xiaoyan, you can sit as you wish. The other elder was bald and had white eyebrows that hung low. He looked very kind. Xiaoyan nodded and looked at Zhu Tianhe. He found a seat and sat down. Xiao Feng and Su Jiang, you should have met before. Let me introduce the 2 of us. I, Qi Yun, am. This is the Han family, surnamed Bai. You 2 can just call yourselves Grandma Bai. The kindly-looking old man smiled and said. When Qi Yun finished speaking, Elder Xiao, who was standing behind him, coughed lightly and said, in the academy. The great elder is a first-grade elder, and he stays at the bottom of the Heaven Pillar Peak all year round. Although Elder Qi and Elder Bai are second-grade elders, they are responsible for maintaining the Yunlo's grand formation. Their strength far surpasses mine and Elder Su. They have already lived for nearly 1,000 years. They are the dean's best friends, and currently, they are in charge of the overall situation of the academy. It is truly fortunate that they came out to personally meet the 2 of you. After hearing Elder Xiao's introduction, Xiaoyan could not help but be shocked. Zhu Tianhe, who was standing beside them, also looked at the 2 old men in shock. The wild arrogance in his eyes had dissipated a lot. Elder Xiao and Elder Su's strength had already reached the peak of emperor cultivation. They were even stronger than them, and they were only monarch cultivation warriors. These 2 old men had never thought that they would have such strength. Elder Xiao, you are being too harsh on us. The 2 of us are already half dead. We can't compare to old Yun and Madame Luo. The world now belongs to the young. We came out for the sake of the academy's future. Don't feel too pressured. Qi Yun chuckled. As he spoke, he looked at Xiaoyan and Zhu Tianhe. Both of you are not simple. One of you has the sacred spirit fire body, and the other has the saint rank trial participant. However, back then, Mu Yuyang and Mu Yiyu were both saint rank trial participants, and the other has the illusion purple eye. We have never summoned them before. Do you know why? Qi Yun smiled. Without waiting for their reply, he spoke in a clear voice. Although Mu Yiyu's illusion purple eye can see things that ordinary people cannot, in general, the illusion purple eye is just a supplementary eye bloodline technique. The sacred fire body is an extremely powerful combat physique. The sacred fire body is definitely stronger than the illusion purple eye. Pausing for a moment, Qi Yun turned his eyes to Xiaoyan again. In his calm eyes, there was a rare trace of excitement. As for Mu Yuyang, although you have extraordinary talent, you still have the monarch flame. You are much stronger than him in the past. Chapter end. Please guys like, comment, share, and subscribe.